I'm the community archaeologist for Fingal County Council, and this project is a pilot project to allow people to access their own heritage. This is season 2. So this year we're building up on the results that we got last year. We're chasing walls and looking for skeletons.
An amazing project involving local people who are volunteering to help us do archaeological investigations here at Swords Castle. This is something we decided we would try last year, and we've run again this year for the second year.
Yeah, like I'm living in Swords 16 years now, and you know, we all looked at Swords Castle as kind of like a rundown building, and we kind of probably dreamed of what's happening now, but at the last few years we've made fantastic progress at Swords Castle.
The project last year was amazing. I mean, I remember I found some tokens, you know, that's really cool. So I'm hoping to find something this time.
Well, I've been interested in archaeology for a long time, and this is an opportunity to get involved in an excavation. I've done some before, but being so local was a great opportunity.
I've taken part because it was something I've always wanted to do, and it's local to me. It's a 10-minute journey away from me, so I just said something I was interested in. I always wanted to try it and give it a bash.
I saw a stand at the Fingal Fair in Newbridge House, and I've recently returned to education, so I was being accepted for a local history studies course in Maynooth, so I thought it might be interesting.
I've always wanted to do, and come the opportunity, and here I am.
I've come here to get the experience. I'm studying archaeology. I'm a mature student.
The first season that they started it, I spent 4 weeks here. Enjoyed it so much I had to come back.
I've always been interested in archaeology. I was hoping to be an archaeologist when I left school, but it didn't work out.
I was very interested to hear that there was a dig, because it was something I always planned to do with my life but never got around to it. I've left it a bit late, but it's obviously not too late, because I did the dig last year and met some wonderful friends, wonderful people, and a great feeling of camaraderie. And what impressed me probably more than anything was the fact that there were so many foreign students who have either become part of Swords, and people living in Swords have shown an interest in our heritage, which is so vital to me and my surroundings.
And it was my first time on Ireland, and my friend has told me about this Heritage Week, and I want to go to Ireland and think it's a good method to come in contact with culture and people.
I heard about it through a friend, and I discovered beachcombing this time last year, and I seem to have an affinity with old objects. I love looking at them and feeling them and trying to find out the history of them, and I thought this would be a fantastic way to spend a day.
Well, I just read in the newspaper about last year's dig, and I saw they were looking for volunteers, so I thought, yeah, got to be in this.
I'm always interested in knowledge and to find more, but I'd like to know more about who was here and what sort of life was here before the change, like from the 12th century up to now. There's been a huge change, and to know how that came about and why it changed the way it did, I think it's very interesting.
I just wanted to try and get a bit of experience out of the archaeological digging and try and find out like what I think of it, seeing as I've never done it before.
I come from Germany, from the middle of Germany, Fulda it's called, and I've come here last year, and now I enjoyed it that much that I came back.
This is my second year volunteering here, and I love to do the washing. I can't do the kneeling, I have 2 gammy knees, so everything that comes through the site comes through us to wash, so I get to look at everything, and it's brilliant. You know how people lived years ago, what they ate, what the kind of dirt they used, what kind of conditions they were living with, to learn all that.
Well, I came back here last year, and me and my mum heard on the news that there's an excavation going on.
I studied ancient medieval history and culture in college, so I just finished my degree, so it sounded like a good thing to do. I've never done any archaeology, but I'd study it, so it's a good opportunity.
Well, I was here on the dig last year, and I met Christine at the county show, and
You know, I'd always an interest in history, and of course with the castle, having grown up with the castle and been in here many times, legally and illegally. Yeah, it just seems like a fantastic opportunity to find out more about, you know, the local history.
My friend Paul rang me and said, would you be interested in this archaeological dig? And I thought, you know what, that's different. I'll go with that.
Well, I studied ancient and medieval history, so touched on archaeology, touched on history, classics, art history, so it's kind of an amalgamation of all different aspects of history, but decided to come out here today to see what archaeology is all about. So.
I'm interested in archaeology and I studied history at university, and I just really love Irish history and local history, and just wanted to get an idea of what archaeology was like.
I'm a secondary teacher. I teach history and I teach German, and I've always been interested in archaeology. I've been watching Time Team for the past couple of weeks, months being a teacher, and I said rather than watching it on TV, I'd come and maybe take part.
I came here to dig. I started on Friday because I said I volunteer 1 or 2 days, you know, because it's local, I suppose. It's just great to be involved, you know. You go away, you see castles and stuff in other European countries, and it's kind of great to see it on your own doorstep and be involved in maybe a little bit of archaeology. I just love history, you know.
I've been interested in archaeology myself because if you've seen Owen, I've been to college with her, went to Trinity and did a sort of few modules in archaeology, but never actually did practical archaeology out in the field, so I thought, why not?
I'm originally from New York, but I've been living in Dublin for about a decade. Found out about this on a website, and absolutely brilliant day out. I just want to come and volunteer. Always had a love for history. Doing sifting today, we're just going through finding bits and pieces, and it's great because it really puts in perspective the daily life of people back in that time period. And other than that, yeah, it's all volunteers, so everyone wants to be here. It's a really good atmosphere.
I was involved in the dig last year, so I'm coming back again for another sample. I have a particular interest in the castle, a long-term interest in it, almost from the time I came to Swords in around 1973, and been watching how developments were coming on stream, if you like, and delighted to see that this is the stage that it's at now, where research is being done and it's open to the public.
I firmly believe, we've one of the best councils in the country when it comes to our arts and heritage. Delighted to see what's happening here with Swords Castle. The Swords Castle project is simply fantastic, and to see the big dig here, effectively here for the second year now, is great.
It's very important that we get the community involved in a very practical way. Like here, they don't have to be professional archaeologists, but in a very practical way, helping to tell the story and the history of their community.
It's just the atmosphere and just everybody working together as a team. You know, we don't know, most people we don't know each other, but by the end of the event, we've made new friends.
It's also interesting to meet other people that are also interested in history and archaeology and exchange ideas and see what they're at as well.
The weather's fine, really casual. I like community projects. I've been involved in a few things last year, so it's just nice to get to meet new people and try new things, so why not?
I like the outdoor. As you can see, I'm nice and wet, and I like the outdoor, and I think the feeling of friendship among people, all with a common interest, all interested in the past, not racing into the future as we have been doing.
When we were kids, we used to potter in the garden, doing a little bit of digging, pretending we were archaeologists. So when this came up, I mean, that must have been 100 years ago, but it just sort of hit a chord, and I thought, that's great.
It's just, if someone told you as a child that you were going to get a toothbrush and be cleaning bones, you'd say, ugh. But toothbrush picked, and you just very gently wash everything, whether it's a bone, whether it's a piece of glass, whether it's a piece of timber, a piece of stone, everything tells a story. So it's just wonderful to be able to do.
We've been involved in this project since last year, and really we see projects like this as really important in terms of opening up our archaeology, our heritage, especially during Heritage Week, to the public. And as you can see here, the level of response from the public has been really impressive, because there's such an appetite for projects like this.
Yeah, I started working with Chris on this project last year, so
first season of it, and I worked in Swords Castle about 20 years ago with the FOSS project, doing the restoration of the Constables Tower behind us. So it's quite a change. I normally work in the commercial sector, and my current project is I'm monitoring the Lewis Cross City works, seeing whatever comes up when they're digging for the tracks for the services. So this is a very pleasant and interesting change. It's my holiday.
I think that is one of the best aspects of it for professionals to just be exposed to the enthusiasm, the sense of discovery. It's something you forget when you're in a profession a long time, why you wanted to do it in the first place, and people who are coming in for the first time and finding something for the first time, and just the sheer joy of it, it's great.
I find it quite great because there's so much enthusiasm on the site, and they're just, because they're all want to be here. So, you feed on that enthusiasm and energy, and it actually is working quite well here.
Yeah, it's completely different. So on a commercial dig, it's all closed. So no one from the public can come in and see what you're doing. It's like you're on a construction site, or a road scheme. It's totally different. Everybody's, there's a team of archaeologists, but everybody's kind of working in their own space. And so you can kind of be on your own a lot of the time, whereas this is completely different. You get different people all the time. We're all working together in one trench, which is really cool. And yeah, it's great. You just get to meet loads of different people. So.
I'm one of the archaeological supervisors here on this site. I have been an archaeological supervisor over the last 6 summers, 5-6 summers in Trim, on another community-led archaeology project, Blackfriars. So I'm here in Swords community now as an archaeologist.
I see so many volunteers from Swords and from all around Fingal. We've students who are coming here who will be really useful in their studies. We've a lady here from Germany who's come back for the 2nd year. I brought a friend with her this year, so it really is a fantastic project.
I think as you look around today, it's truly inspiring what's going on. This is part of our major investment in Swords Castle. We're developing it to be Swords Cultural Quarter. The castle is at the forefront.
We were actually here in holidays last year, and we saw the chapel had just been opened. We can see how much work had been done there, but none of this extension of the walls this side hadn't been done. Those buildings hadn't been knocked down, but still already it was a real castle. But this year, to see how much has happened in 1 year is just amazing.
And I think people really value the ability to come here and to do something like this, and to work with professional archaeologists to get, it is a unique opportunity for people. There are not too many other communities around the country that would have an opportunity like this to get into such an historic site and to become part of the investigations that we're doing here. And they're important in their own right because they give us more information about the place, what it was used for, what life was like here in the past, and that enables us to plan for the future and for what we can and for the different uses we can use this space for into the future.
I think these community-led archaeology digs are great for the community and get people involved, get used to their surroundings, a bit of history, a bit of heritage.
I was here last year, so obviously I'd like to be involved in something local as well, because it's a community project. It makes it even better.
The enthusiasm that volunteers bring and the patience that they bring more than makes up for anything for this their professionalism. You can find work that's tailored to their skill level, to their interests, and you can work with them, and it's worked out extraordinary. I'm happy with the way last year worked when I was dying to get back this year for all year. And it's very energising. Archaeologists are often in the way of construction projects. Everybody wants you to come in and get out as quickly and as cheaply as possible. Nobody wants you there. It's great to be somewhere where people want you to be here, and also they want to be here.
I thought that you would have to be a student and come in a group from university. I didn't think that taking ordinary Joe Soaks like myself into places like this.
A bit of everything, of digging, and then probably do some sifting and cleaning, so you kind of get a nice mix of everything. Find some nice things hopefully.
This is our first day, and we've been put on the first stage of sieving out the spoil from the top of the site.
Because it's a local area, I pass Swords Castle every day of the week. I'm interested in finding out what went on before, and I hope to find medieval evidence here. That's what I hope to dig.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We had a great talk from a geology professor earlier, and it's just interesting to find the way they actually map everything out, the grid system and the different layers, stuff I wouldn't have known.
I'm just digging in 25 there, and found a couple of bones, pieces of pipe, and some pottery.
and it's absolutely fascinating to have these little bones in my hand and pieces of pottery that goes back. Maybe it's from IKEA, I don't know, but some of it looks very, very, very old, and I'm really enjoying myself.
We've already found some human teeth, and we've found clay pipes and some pottery.
Today I'm looking at washing the flange, so I'm concentrated on that as I did last year. I don't get involved in any of the digging. I have a hip replacement, so I got a hip replacement some years ago, and I'm not going to get myself involved in digging trenches, so I keep to call it the light work.
Well, basically what we're trying to do is just establish the story of this site through the years, because the site has been used for by a lot of different people for a lot of different purposes, so it is a complex site, and we hope to explain some of the history of that.
It's just like you're finding stuff, finding bones and finding something that's actually old. Like you're here and you're finding pieces of china and everything from modern day. When you actually find something old, it's just amazing. There's the highlight, you're finding bones that are nearly a couple hundred years old, and you're it's just amazing how we found a little bit like a dead rat. Whole carcass of a dead rat, and just in one of the trenches over here, and it's just amazing. We're all looking around, you're oh my god, it's just so amazing. Just finding something old, finding something that's been here for 100 years and not even touched, it's just great.
You learn so much. You learn so much about the castle itself. You learn about archaeology. We had the environmentalists coming in and the bone specialists in. It was fantastic.
It's good. It's very enjoyable. It's just exciting to think that we might find something that would be an important artifact or tell us something more about the area here.
We have had twice as many people as last year volunteering. We're finding what we wanted to find in terms of structures and knowledge surfaces, finds, environmental evidence. So yeah, it's going brilliantly.
In fact, within the first week of returning to school, the other history teachers had seen from Facebook that I was here, so they actually asked me to give a talk to the kids, and I had taken photographs on my phone, which I was just doing as well. So I used the photographs I had taken of the different instruments used, the implements used, and the different strategies as well. And I was using them. It really made a big difference. So I found that I was helping bring it to 180 odd kids as well. So it was really useful.
No, it's a great time. There's good people here, and it's a bit of a laugh, It's nice to do. At least it's not raining today, so.
We're hoping then that those people, everybody here, will maintain an interest in this place, and then as we make the castle more open and available to the public, that they will become part of the future of this wonderful place.
I'm delighted. As I said, it's an item off my bucket list. Interested in this sort of stuff, and it's great to have an opportunity just to get on my hands and knees with a shovel in my hand and unearth some of the past.
Oh, it's just great fun, even when it's raining.
Thank you for the kindness, and I really enjoyed it.
Just hoping that I will, do other excavation sites like this in the near future, seeing as I'm enjoying it very much.
Just hope the weather keeps like this so we can do it in lovely sunshine and lovely swords, and we have a chance to come back again and tell the story of swords.
I am in heaven. I'm soaked to the skin. My backside is sore from sitting down in a plastic chair, but I'm absolutely so happy.
Anyone who has any sort of interest in history or archaeology, do it. Absolutely do it. It's amazing. Yeah.
It's just that I love doing the archaeology. It's fantastic, and it's living history.